This is why discipline makes you more powerful than attention ever will. Because attention, it can make you feel important for a moment, but discipline, it can change your entire life. You see, we live in a culture that constantly rewards visibility. It decides who gets noticed, who gets validated, and who gets the attention. But attention is temporary. Discipline is what actually changes your future. And many women are beginning to realize that being admired means very little if your life still feels unstable or reactive, emotionally exhausting, or directionless behind the scenes. Because attention, it can make you feel successful while your habits quietly destroy your momentum. But discipline, it's different. Discipline builds structure, it builds self respect. Discipline builds better outcomes. And this is one of the biggest mind shifts a woman can make. Living a disciplined life causes a woman to understand that something many people just simply avoid. It's that they understand that feelings can change constantly. Your motivations can change, confidence changes, and energy changes. But her standards must remain steady. That is why discipline matters more than temporary emotions. You see, a lot of people only move when they feel ready. But the problem is, you don't always feel ready. You may not always feel confident. You may not always feel inspired or emotionally strong. But you must understand that sometimes you still have to move anyway. And that can apply to business, to health, to your finances, to healing, to relationships, and especially your personal growth. You see, women who eventually create strong lives, they're usually not the ones who felt motivated every day. They're the ones who kept showing up consistently, even while they were tired, uncertain, discouraged, or afraid. And no, discipline is not about being perfect. It's about self leadership. It's about learning how to make decisions that align with your long term future instead of only your immediate emotions. That changes things in your life because emotional living creates instability that leads to overspending when you're stressed out, procrastination when you're overwhelmed, or avoiding difficult conversations. And worse than that, abandoning your goals the moment progress feels too slow. You see, discipline interrupts those patterns because discipline says, I may not feel like doing this today, but my future still matters. That is power. And real power, it's not loud, it is not performative, it's not built on constant external validation. Real power is internal stability. It is the ability to stay grounded while emotions fluctuate. And discipline creates confidence faster than motivation ever will. Why? Because confidence grows from evidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your self trust increases. Every workout completed, every financial decision made wisely, every boundary maintained, every difficult task handled instead of avoided, well, those small moments, they slowly change how you see yourself. This is why disciplined women often appear calmer, not because life is easier for them, but because repeated self leadership creates emotional steadiness. They trust themselves. They trust themselves more, and that matters because self trust affects every area of your life. It affects your relationships, business transactions, decision making, money, mental clarity, emotional reliance. You see, attention may feel rewarding in the moment, but discipline quietly builds the life many people say they want. One creates temporary validation, the other creates long term freedom. And the women who learn to prioritize consistency over constant emotional stimulation, they usually become far stronger than they ever imagined. If you are rebuilding your confidence, boundaries, and internal stability, I created a free tool called the Self Trust Reset. The link is in the descriptions. And remember, stay focused, stay intentional, keep moving forward.